Hi, I'm just coming on today to show you something. I'm excited because there's something that sometimes I forget to do, and sometimes I forget to buy wool. So here's my stash over here. I'm just going to take you on a little drive with me. There's my stash over here at home in my little home studio where I hook a lot of my rugs. And what happens to my stash is I go and I use everything up, like all my favorite bits and pieces. I use everything up. So today I went to the studio and I shopped, and I just want to show you what I got. So I got a red boucle, and this is from Sharon Oakley. It's over dyed, and it's on, like, it's a sweater on wound. So I got a red boucle. I don't know, there might be some, I don't know what I'm going to make, but I know that, like, these bins are now sort of depleted. And I got this one that Greg just dyed yesterday. He was calling it Falling Maple, but I think we changed the name of it today or maybe he was calling it Northumberland Sand. And I thought, no, I think it's like winter sand. And I bought salt spray from Mineville wool, and I love it. And that's going to be like, I can sort of see that. I'm going to do some really interesting skies in the next few weeks. Then I bought 2 curly locks, and I bought them really close to the same. Do you want to see my bag? Look at it. I know. Anyway, I took this home too. I was using that the other day. I like skinny yarns. I took that home. And oh, I bought a couple of Slobs, new ones. And this one is called Brew, which I don't know what Brew is, but I figured these would be, I think I'm going to cut this like in pieces. So that's the Slubby Brew. And I'm going to cut that up in pieces, and I may like keep some of them, like a little bit of yellow and the gold together or something. I bought this one. There's only 2 of these left, but I just sort of saw snow in here, and that's the Mash and Boucle. And I don't know what the name of it is. I'm sorry. Wish I could tell you. So anyway, oh, the 2, I got another one of these, the Malabrigio. This is Anniversario, and look at that. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to take the time to, you know, replenish my bins. So like my blue bin is great, but it's all on the same tones, right? So I can sort of see putting this Malabrigio in that blue bin, and then that changes my bin. This bin is my sky bin, my light blue bin, and I'm going to add this just to crisp it up a little bit. See how it changes it? And I'm probably going to add, oh gosh, I bought so many. Anyway, oh, this was the 2. So one of the things I noticed was that in my forest bin, like in my dark green bin, I was still pretty good, but I didn't have anything really deep. So I bought 2 curly locks to sort of add to it. But I also bought this curly locks with the navy, and so I'm adding that to those. I'm just really happy with what I got. This bin was still pretty good, but I did find this, which is one of our studio dyes, and I'm gonna add that to this, and it just livens up my bins, right? Now this, I don't know where this is actually gonna go. This is Solis, and this is one of my favorite yarns, Rasta. It's a little hard for us to get sometimes. Sometimes we can't get it, and it is the most expensive yarn in the studio. But I thought I might get it to either go in this bin, but I also felt that it might work really good in my forest bin sometimes to just sort of lighten up my forests. So I'm not sure. For now, I'll put it in that bin. I bought, oh, I needed some, like my ocean bin. Here was my ocean bin, right? This is sort of where I go. And this one too. And I just wanted something to enrich it. So I bought a blue curly locks, and that is called Storm in Curly Locks. I bought Verde Azul, which I love, that color. And then I bought Pacific Blue, and that's going to change the way these colors are feeding each other. So I'm happy about that. Joe made me get this because, well, I'm doing these layered landscapes, and he thought I should get the floof in clove. And, you know, I came home, and what I did when I came home was I mixed up, like, I went to the store to try and buy some chai tea. I feel like a chai tea would be really good this afternoon because it's, you know, November. And I couldn't find any decaffeinated, so I mixed some decaf tea and some cloves. and some cinnamon. So these colors here with some brown velvet, I think when I do my layered landscapes, I'm going to be using these in between the greens. And this bin here, this brownie bin, is almost empty, right? Because I have been doing these. So I'm going to add these here. And I think this, I forget what this one is from, our artist series. And I forget what it's called. I'm sorry, but Angie knows. Maybe Kathy will comment on this video, but I love it. It's really a great color, and that will probably go in my soft green bin right here because it needs to change a bit. I got a lichen and lace, seagrass, and so these are the colors that are going to be, now I kind of know that these are the colors that are going to be appearing in my work in the next little while. So this lichen and lace is called seagrass. That goes in my soft green bin. And I got another mash and boucle. And this might be like sand and stone or something, but this is a beautiful color, right? And I just can see that. I don't know, there may be, might be a little bit of, you know, kind of Sable Island feeling color. So this will go into my creams and my tans. No, I don't think. I think I'll put it in with my greens because it has a lot of khaki in it. I'm gonna bury this line a little bit because I'm not feeling that right now. So there's my green bin all freshened up. Wow, what a difference. Thanks for doing this with me. It's kind of fun. Now, this is Color Story, and it's interesting. This is a hand-painted bulky yarn. It hasn't been a huge seller in the studio. I thought it was amazing, and I use it quite a bit, but people haven't loved it. So it kind of has the texture of floof. You know, it's harder than Big Merino, which I kind of like, but I got this one just, I don't know, I just sort of see that hooking up as a great landscape. And that color, that's the Color Story. It's called Citrus. Can you believe it? Like, it doesn't make any sense, but it is that. I also got this one here, which is the Woods in Lichen and Lace. And Megan used to work with me for quite a few years. So this is going to go in my mid greens, sort of change this bin up. So I have this bin here, and I'm going to add this into it. And I know that will change the feeling of that bin. It'll add a new life to it. As well, I've got Mineville Bulky Winter Sleep. And Winter Sleep is a really popular color. It's been popular for a long time in the studio. And we use it in hills and grass and water. And it's got a little bit of everything. So I'm going to slip Winter Sleep in here too. And I bought some thicket. I got a red and wine thicket. Now, where are we going to put these? Well, I'll show you one thing that I've done lately. Is sometimes I don't know what to do with my multis. So I have a bin of multis. So this one is going to go in my multi because I know that it's kind of landscapey. This one here will, oh, that's going in my blue bin. This one here will go in my multi. Because my multi needs freshening up. Somehow my multi got very purple. And, you know, it's not my favorite color. I got some new golds. And I've got some taupe and some cream velvet. So my cream bin needs a little loving. Again, because it gets down, you know, and all I have left is, I find all I end up having left is my white Briggs, you know. And which is a great yarn. So I got some velvet for that. I bought the Eco Tweed Chunky, which is this one here. I put that in there, and then I'm going to put this in here. That's the one I showed you first. That's going to change that. And I'm going to put the Mash and Boucle with a bit of pink in there. And that's going to change my whites. So this is a great way for me to change up my palette a little bit and enrich my palette. Now my golds, I knew I still had a lot of golds because it's fall and I've been bringing the occasional gold home. But I do have this one, and that's a studio dyed. Don't know the name of it, sorry. And this is Eco Chunky. And Eco Chunky is kind of, it's like 25% cellulose, viscose, and 75% organic wool. So I didn't bring home too many golds because I knew I was doing good on the golds. This beige and this one here, kind of, this, Angie dyed this today and she was trying to get a jade. Didn't really work out, but it sure is beautiful. So I gladly took it. And I'm going to mix that in with my grays, I think. And this is going in with my tan. So thank you for helping me organize my wool. I just wanted you to know that I too sometimes need to build my stash, and that I let my stash go down. Like after I've hooked, you know, maybe 8 or 5, 6, 8 pieces, sometimes small, sometimes big, that all my favorites are thinned out and I don't have enough of them. So that was and I'm just excited to share with you what I got from the studio today. See ya.